Hello everyone, welcome back to the second video in this series where we're making animatronics in Blender so that we can use it for whatever you're planning to use it for. Please like and subscribe. It takes a lot of effort to make these videos. I mean, I've been re-recording this video like for pretty much half the day. So subscribing really helps, and also liking, so that this can reach a wider audience. And without further ado, let's get into the video. We're not covering the head in this episode. We're covering the head in the next episode because the head takes way too much time, and although I've made great animatronic heads in the past, I've not been doing too well at that recently, so, we're just doing the body, which means a pretty short episode today. Let's get started. First thing, get the cube. The cube is our friend. I've said this many times in the last episode. It's true, the cube is our friend. So, turn on clipping. Delete only the face. First part we're doing the torso, because the torso is the most difficult part. What we're gonna be doing is we're going to be making a outline for the torso. Trying to make it from one angle at a time. That seems to be what works for me, at least. And also we're making the upper torso, so don't worry about the pelvis, because those are typically separated when you're making models like these. Also, quick tip, press O and then scale or rotate or anything like that. You can use the scroll bar to change the circle size. What it does is it organically messes with the shape. It's actually really useful. Would have mentioned it if it were practical to mention it last episode, but we were working with pretty geometric shapes, so wasn't exactly the most necessary thing. Regardless, we are making Fredbear, hence why he's a bit wide. And then just make sure it looks right from all the angles. Go into 3D, check if it's correct as well. Make tiny adjustments such as making sure the arm only takes up one box. Also delete these two vertices down here so that it's open. Now you can add a subdivision surface. It's gonna do that. Wonderful. Should smooth. Then, should probably do that for the neck too. Well, I still remember to. And then we're just gonna delete the face with the arm. Then do your best to make sure it fits through the hole. There. Make sure it doesn't compromise the shape at all. And once you're happy with it, apply. Oh, forgot. You gotta mirror it, then apply. We're not exactly done yet, so we're going to go into X-ray really quick. Going to do this, delete half of it, and then we're gonna mirror it again. Clipping enabled. Pull it, and push it, pull it. Perfect. Alright. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to get our materials. We're going to make one, and why must the preview load? We're going to name it yellow fur, or at least I am. Name it the color fur that you're making. Or plastic. I'm going to go with this color because it reminds me of the kind of color that the Shredbird spring body would be. And then here, disable X-ray because you don't need it anymore. I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna add a new one. We get yellow fur, but we're gonna duplicate it. We're gonna call it beige fur. Got to say a sign. It's gonna show up. It's gonna look a bit pixely, but that's okay. A sign. Alright. And then you should be done. It's gonna have oh, forgot to assign. Okay, it's gonna look a bit weird. Just trying to mess around with it so that it looks right. I don't look the best initially, but after you mess with it enough, you'll be able to make it look good. Alright, so once you're happy with that, go ahead, go in here, add this new modifier called Solidify. I'm gonna press Offset 1, Thickness. Mess around with that. I find a good number to be 0.11. And then you're gonna get this. It's gonna look great. And you just apply. Perfect. And don't worry, we're gonna make it look less plasticky at the end of the video. Because I think messing with materials in the middle of the video when people are trying to make the shapes right is a bit weird. And I don't know why I did it last time. But we're fixing it now, so. Get a cube. We're gonna do the exact same thing. But we're gonna do it for the pelvis. Mirror. I'm gonna disable that. Only faces. Make sure clipping's on. Do the exact same thing you did last time. Which is to say, to make the rough shape. And once that looks good, you're gonna do it from vertical. Then, once you've got that, subdivision yet again. Apply, apply. I'm gonna size it up because subdivision likes to shrink things. Because I forgot to, around the time we were making it, be sure to select the faces. Invert selection. Go to vertices, invert again. Delete vertices, boom. Gonna do this, gonna cut it in half again, boom. Mirror, clipping. And then, of course, we're gonna set the material to yellow fur. The pelvis should always be the same color as this, not this. Also, you shouldn't continue this down to here. Looks off. Now, we can do solidify, offset 1, thickness 0.11. Of course, we forgot to apply, then apply. And now we have the torso done. Now, it is time for the easiest part, but the part that looks like it takes the most amount of time, minus the head. The arms. These are surprisingly easy, and you're not gonna believe it. So, just do this. Increase the size of this a bit. Actually, wait, no, before you do that, extrude these. Increase the size of it now. Turn on mirror. No need to turn on clipping because it's never gonna clip. Then you get subdivision surface. Turn it up to 2. Mess with these bits. Try to cover the joints, but then once you do that, go in here. You're gonna apply the subdivision. Shade smooth. Gonna cut off the tips of them. Then you're gonna flatten the edges. Put on one last subdivision surface for good measure, and then just tweak the size slightly so that it fits what you're trying to do. Like this. Solidify 1, thickness 11. And there you have it. That's how you make them. And if you want to rotate them slightly, because we're gonna have little shoulder pads here. We're also gonna have elbow pads. So go above. Gonna turn on O. I might have said that. I don't know, I've recorded this so many times I've forgotten. But O, in case I haven't mentioned it, organically moves around the vertices. So that if you size like one area, then the areas around it are gonna move slightly too. So once you get something like that, you can go ahead, go into layout, apply them in order, and then you can assign them yellow fur. And there you go. Just repeat the process for the rest of the segments until you get to the hands and the feet. Then I'll explain. Time-lapse time. Alright, now we have the thighs done, the calves done, the biceps done, and the forearms done. Now, it is time for us to work on the caps. We can use the same shape for the caps, repeatedly, so that's what I'm going to do. Going to turn this into subdivision. Apply. Delete. Delete. We're gonna use these. Alright, and then once you're done placing those, all you need to do now is just go into Solidify, you can apply the mirror, thickness, 0.11, don't mess with the offset this time, just apply it as is, go in here, and you're just gonna, for every single one of these, you're going to separate. You're going to join them to the part that comes before them. So for the shoulder pads, you're going to merge them with this. For the elbow pads, you can merge them with their respective biceps. And then the knee pads, you're gonna bind them to the thighs. And then once you have that settled, now we can begin on doing things like, we should probably do the feet first since they're a bit less complicated. They're still complicated, don't get me wrong. Get the mirror. No need to clip yet again. Just go ahead and mess around a bit with trying to get the fitting. Don't mess with the toes yet. Alright. Once you get them about where you want them to be, then you just go ahead and apply the mirror, apply the subdivision, go back into the modeling, then you go in here, and then you separate the other foot, and there you go. You have your feet done. Now is the time for the hands. You're gonna have two different ways to do the hands. One way is to do it like how you did the arms and stuff, and make each thing its own segment. Or you can go the FNaF way, and you can just have one mesh over them entirely. I suck at making hands, but I'm going to do that anyway. So we start off by doing the same thing that we did for the feet. That is to say, we make the palms. Alright, so then you're going to be very careful when you're trying to do it like this. And they're gonna look weird from the top, not from the side. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna select the tops of the fingers. Do the same for the bottom. Alright, once you're able to fit your entire hand in there, pretty much, just do that, do that. So I don't know why I had you apply the mirror modifier. Undo that. If you were following along on that part. Do that, and this applies to any hand style. I want to make that very clear. Then once you do that, You can fix any mistakes you may have made with the keeping Endo inside by solidifying, this time with the offset yet again. 0.11. And we can do that for the feet too, because I'm recognizing now that the feet are wrong. And now it is time for the materials. Although quickly, I forgot. Bottom of the hands. It's fine. You know the process for applying materials by now, I hope. Now, you get a new window. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna look really weird. You want to press this little ball on a grid. Press Shader Editor. Now, I'm gonna size it off a bit. Move it over here. And I'm in the way yet again. I'm gonna be over here, because this area is less important again. Alright. So now, what you want to do, quickly, you just modify the roughness. If you want it shiny, just bring down the roughness. If you want it matte, increase the roughness. And then lower specular. And now, if you want that iconic FNaF noise texture thing, get a noise texture. You get a color ramp. Connect the color of the color ramp into base color. Connect the factor of color ramp. Connect the factor of color ramp into the noise factor. It's gonna take a second to load. And you're gonna be able to see it if we close this out for a second. You'll see the noise is kind of applied everywhere. However, it looks a bit weird in here. Finding the colors that we were trying to use. Doesn't matter if the darker color's on one side or the other. Either way, gonna get that figured out. Move him over here so we can see him better. And that's looking like a good Fredbear in my opinion. So now we need to get this material and do the same thing. You get the noise texture, get the color ramp, connect the color to the base color, connect the factor to the factor here. Then you can kind of mess with these. There we go, that's more golden. So I can close out that window, and here we are with our Fredbear. In the next episode, we are going to make the head. The most detailed part of the suit. It's gonna take the most amount of time out of anything. And I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.